everybody. So today we are going to machine a special part that actually means a lot to us and to our family. So you won't see what it is until the end, but this is the piece of material we're going to use. It's going to be 10.5 by 17.5. So we're going to cut this on as much as we can on the bandsaw, and then what we'll probably have to do, because I don't have a real big bandsaw, we'll probably have to cut the rest of it with Sawzall. Sorry. I don't use them very often, so for some reason it skipped my mind, but we'll probably be able to cut about 4.5 inches on each side, and then I'll come back and use the Sawzall to cut the rest. I don't know if this is going to fit into our vise or not, so I need to figure that out, and then we'll go from there, get it all figured out, and then we'll start machining it. Right now the machine's warming up, the spindle program, so we're running that. It takes about 20 minutes. While that's running, I'm gonna get all the tools changed out into the holders and then get this cut. So start cutting it. Pretty crude way to cut it, but it worked, and we did it with the tools we had, so we got it.
Seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta do more work with the tools you have to get the end result. It just is the way it is. It'd be nice to have a
Vertical bandsaw.
vertical grow bandsaw in the future, but
Are you facing it?
yeah, so we're gonna face it off, and then a lot of this is gonna get machined down. So the imperfections that we have on the face of it's not really gonna matter, and it should be good to go.
If the piece is too wide for the vise,
I don't know.
how else would we fixture it?
We'll have to fixture the table. There's a few other ways that we could fixture it, but
Too small, huh?
9.5.
So, first issue?
Yeah, it's not really an issue. It's just you gotta figure it out, you know. It's a big piece to fixture. So a way that we could fixture it, because this is only 9 inches, what we could do is we could do a custom soft jaws that actually wrap up over the jaws on the vise and hold it above the jaws, but I don't know if I want to go through all that right now. Got a few ideas, so let me see what I can do and then go from there.
Did those come with the machine?
No, I've had these. I've had these for a long time.
How come that one doesn't look like the other side? It looks like it's higher in the back than the front.
Where?
Like that one looks like it's sitting flat. And then this one looks like it's going up.
A little bit. You don't want it to sit perfectly flat, because you want it to clamp.
Yeah.
That's why if you notice the bolts right here, and then it's, you know, it acts as the leverage point.
just hold it down.
So what we'll do is we'll hold it down right here right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill holes right here for mounting holes. And then what we'll do is we'll come back.
So you'll use those to fixture them
Yeah, I'll use them
to a thinner piece of material that will clamp down in the vise.
Yeah, and right now what I'll do is I'm gonna run the edge finder on here and see how true we are. See if we gotta, I'll probably run it on this edge right here. This because it's growing as I'm running along it. So what I gotta do, loosen this one a little bit, but it's only like, it's like 20 thou off, but you know, this try that, see what happens. About 10 thou off, so I'll do it. I'm gonna do it one more time. I took the reason I take the material off of this is because you don't want to shock load this thing when you're hitting it. Like I said, it's probably it's not good for them. Some of it's part of my OCD. Right now we're about 5 thou. That's plenty good for what we're trying to do. This stock's a little oversized, so it really doesn't matter. It's close enough. So what we're doing on this, because we have the clamp set in the middle, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probe the x-axis and then I'll do the y-axis separately. Because the clamps are in the middle of the material right now, I don't want to do the
outside perimeter,
the x-axis and the y-axis at the same time, because you got to be in the center of the part. So I don't want to do that. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the x-axis and then the y-axis. So do them separately. That way we don't crash the probe into anything. Now we're going to handle jog it to the middle where I marked it. So part centered. So now what I got to do is I got to update the program, because I'm going to add some holes right here. That way we have holes to where we can actually mount the part. So, and that'll actually fixture it. Those will be mount holes, so we can mount this to the wall later as well. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll start running our program. Likes the boogie. do, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna put a tool in it right now, and I'm gonna face this face. That way when we put it back in, I have a face that's true to set the material up on, because if I don't, I'm not gonna know what's true or not, and then we'll use this as our XYZ coordinate. So let me do that real quick. Now we have a nice clean face, so when I come down I can use that indicator and I can come off this face and make sure that we're true with the x-axis.
How many hours are we into this project already? Like 3?
Like 3. It's alright. They worth it. So I suggested that we countersunk the holes, that way we can hold it to something, using 832 screws. And then Luana suggested that we put standoffs on, because we're not going to be taking super heavy cuts with this. This should be fine, and then we can clamp these in the vise. So these are tapped. So what we'll do, it'll go in right like that. It's pretty even. Give me the bed blow.
Yeah.
So like I said, because if we were taking super heavy cuts, you would probably want to support it in the middle, but because we aren't, this should be fine. Which technically,
Keyword should be.
yeah, keyword should be. This is a piece of 5/8 6061, and it's going to be pretty rigid, so we should be good to go. Tinny from this side. I noticed that.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
Well, run it.
Well, normally you don't want it to sound tinny like that, but we'll see how it goes.
What's the worst that can happen? We break a tool.
No, the worst, we just don't get a nice finish.
Oh, I get over it.
Alright, so I gotta set up the tools right now. So we're gonna probe the Y and X axis right now. We already did the Z, which is the top of the plate, and then we changed the XY to this hole right here. So because we changed the XYZ axis, we had to regenerate our tool path. So we just did that. So we're gonna load the program and start running it. Right now it's gonna face it, and then it's gonna come down and start doing the adaptive around all the letters and everything.
What is it doing right now?
It's doing the roughing out of around all the letters. Last stop.
How many hours later?
Too many. edition.